First, you want to sage your space and notebook, and then you're going to write down your intention for your sigil. I'm going to use the example I am rich because it's going to be very easy to explain, and the more words that you use, the harder it will be. So first, what you need to do is remove any vowels, and then you want to remove any repeating letters. Now that you have found the letters that you're going to work with, you can create them into a sigil. My sigil is not going to look super fancy because, like I said, we're only using a couple words. It gets fancier and more intricate and more aesthetic with more added words. You're able to create more of an elaborate sigil, obviously, with more words to work with. So here I am creating it. Again, with any type of witchcraft, there needs to be an intention, and you also need to make sure that you really burn the sigil in the back of your mind. That is so important. With sigils, you need to try to carry them into your subconscious. Anyways, drawing a circle around a sigil is also very important. That helps to contain its magic. Speaking of circles, you can also put a small open circle at the beginning of the flow of your sigil. That's your open, and then a small closed circle at the end. You're creating a flow with your sigil with that, an open flow and then an end flow, and obviously circling it will contain the magic. Here we have the witch's wheel, and it's pretty much the same concept. We're going to take the letters that we got from our intention statement, and we're going to use the witch's wheel. I'm starting with the first letter that starts in the innermost part of the wheel. Even though the first starting letter is on the outside right there, I'm still going to start with the letter that's on the innermost and then work my way out. And this is just a personal preference when I use witch's wheels for sigils. Here we have a very similar concept to the witch's wheel. You pretty much draw a circle, you write A to Z on the inside, and then you start off with the first letter, which is M, and then you go to the next letter and the next letter and the next letter, and that's also how you can create a quick sigil as well. Alright, so I'm gonna do runes now. This is Fehu, which is wealth. So obviously that goes along the lines with I am rich. Next, I decided on Perthrow because that is stability. So I want my wealth to be stable. Next, I'm gonna decide to choose Gibo, which is gift. So I want gifts of wealth. So these all go along with the I am rich sentiment intention that I'm trying. So now I'm going to build my sigil based off of these runes, and this you can honestly do in any way that feels right to you. Like I said, these are kind of ugly, not aesthetically pleasing, because I'm not using a lot of material, I'm not using a lot of words or a lot of runes, so it gets more intricate with the more complex things you do. But this is just basic, so that you can take these guidelines and be able to make your own in however you want that to look. Lastly, you can use your name as a power sigil. Like with everything you do, you can put your power sigil name stamp on there. So pretty much you want to do the same thing. Remove the vowels, remove the repeating letters, and then take what remains and turn it into a sigil. You can do the open and closed circles we talked about, but then circling it to contain your magic would be a good idea. So I'm just writing your name, and I'm taking the things that I'm left with and making sigils out of them. Like I said, you can aesthetically make this however you want, but this is pretty much just like a basic guideline.